Yo, what's going on there, YouTube? Back at it again. Adventures Guide to the Galaxy now. Have a special video here today. Like I said, it's a video about Bigfoot sightings in Canada. Now, I wasn't really aware of any of this stuff because I've heard about it here and there. Like, I used to watch a lot of stuff growing up. It's really good. It's really interesting. And you think you'll be like, oh, well, they would have taught me that in school, so therefore, no such thing as corrupt. I don't want my childhood to be hurt because I don't want to admit that I didn't know something or never, whatever. But like I said, it's just a conversation, whatever. So welcome. We're going to talk about some Bigfoot now. There's a guy over here, Bob Gimlin, which is up here in a second. I watch a lot of his videos. He does a lot of research about apes, primates, and things like that. Some things that he puts a lot of things into perspective, which is really good. When how we learned about primates and gorillas, like they didn't even know gorillas existed, until I want to say like 1900s, like the early 1900s, like they didn't even know gorillas existed. Like they heard about them in like 1940 something. They confirmed like an actual, I don't remember which one it was. It might be the early 1900s here in America. Hey, like the scientific community, the people that started the whole school, school system in America, which is a whole other video in itself. How it's hides stuff. They uh they were having Native Americans describe something that exactly matches like the gorilla description in Africa, like what they actually do, how they act, and all that other stuff. They're like, that's not true. And not of a Native American culture to talk about Bigfoot. It's not really called Bigfoot. There's many different names for it, but so there's a channel right here, Gulf Island Rock. I want everyone to go check them out. The description is nature, relaxation, ocean art, rejuvenation, gardens, restorative, pets, people, channeling, higher consciousness, love and abundance, many other things. It's a great channel. It's very nice. I asked I asked this people here, very nice, if I could review one of their videos. Now it's just like I said, it's just a very nice channel. It does a lot of really really cool things. I watch a lot of these videos sometimes. Very nice. Now as you can see, the popular uploads. The reason why this is important is because it's just a channel about regular stuff. They don't do Bigfoot content normally. They don't do anything like that. A year ago, 71,000, there's like a large something, right, as you can see right here, something's moving and they like got a picture of it, it could be a hoax. Well, you got to show me all these people out here, literally out in the wilderness where most people couldn't even live anyway these days, and they're just hoaxing. But like I said, go check out this channel. It's very nice. I said that I could do this review video. I'm going to do two parts. This video is going to be a two-part video, both in this video, but two different halves, right? And it's a very nice video. They go around, they have a lot of really nice things. So definitely go check them out. Now, here on Bob Gimlin's channel, this is where I normally watch a lot of these videos. He does a lot of stories and a lot of things. Some videos, some philosophy videos, some government videos that they talk about like actual documents, really amazing stuff, like actual things that have happened, which is why it's very good. Like a lot of other things, like you may know somebody like right here, Bigfoot. In Kentucky, like a lot of areas, I think in like the Kentucky, North Georgia, Tennessee, the Kentucky area of the United States is like the highest area for Bigfoot sightings and alleged, things of whatever. Lots in Texas and that area aside from the Pacific Northwest, which is where this video, is where this video takes place, which I'm going to be talking about here in a minute. But as you can see, there's a lot of really, like I said, the case for Sasquatch and all these very good videos right here. Bigfoot kills trapper. President of the United States back in the 1900s. Teddy Roosevelt. Like I said, I can't remember the names and dates of the actual thing because I'm like very busy and flustered. So put in the comments if all the actual names and correct stuff because I like all over the place. So this one right here is about the president. I think Teddy Roosevelt when he had a friend who went out west before it was like settled and all that stuff, before all the books were written about that because they had no idea. His buddy kills shoots at a Bigfoot, even though as it just killed one of his friends, and he wrote it in his book. And I have no reason to believe that the president of the United States back in the 1900s writing books about wars and all the other stuff that they do, just randomly include, oh yeah, Bigfoot, because it's like this is like a joke or something. But like I said, after a while, you have to make sure that it seems as though it's a joke, because remember, you've never been lied to, right? The school system would never lie. They would never not teach, West Virginia, worker, revolution history. They would never teach you that, you weren't allowed to get paid in cash. They would never teach you a lot of stuff. They would just, vaguely go over some stuff. Oh, here in America, we fight, injustice and white supremacy, but you're not allowed to ask any questions. We will tell you what you're allowed to be, whatever about. So This video right here is Bigfoot footage from Vancouver Island, which I have right here. I brought up this Google search. You can just look it up. There's a lot of people, because like I said, it's not something you're like, you know, inwardly focused about. Because like, this day and age, you would say, why does this matter? Why do venture sky to the galaxy? Why do you care about this? What does it matter? Well, if you don't know, it's January 10th, 2021 or 2022. Excuse me. Oh, Joe Biden movie. It's January 10th, 2022. There's a lot of really ridiculous stuff happening, and a lot of people, for lack of time explaining this, are leaving the cities out to maybe more rural areas in order to become more self-sufficient. So I would imagine that the amount of people being in the woods and being worried about all the stuff that's going on, it's probably going to increase because, like I said, I moved out to an area that's like not near the city, as much as it was earlier. It was really nice to live near the city, I guess, in Florida, Orlando. Moved out to the kind of the sticks, and it's great. But like I said, there's some weird stuff going on. Like a lot of people don't really think about it. Makes you think about all the other stuff that's happened. That all the other stuff that's happened that I've seen that's weird. Sorry about that. I had to go close the door real quick. Don't remember where I was at, but anyway. So like I said, we're just gonna go down this list here, and so yeah, like I said, schools would never teach you. They would never do this. They would never do that. People were moving out of the cities. And a lot of things that people didn't think before, they're starting to have to be forced to confront them. And like I said, man, it's very hard to put new thoughts in your head, especially when it like hurts. It hurts your soul, hurts whatever. Like I said, you don't have to believe in Bigfoot, or any of the stuff, or anything Native Americans even existed, or any of the other groups of Native Americans that have been wiped from history. Because people will say, oh, the winners write history, but they would never do that. You know what I mean? So kind of like the whole philosophy from this video, like just starting to look at stuff. Like there's a lot of really wild stuff out there people do videos about. I like doing videos. I did a video a while back about some of the things being discovered in tombs and stuff, and like they just won't talk about it, because it hurts a lot of people's like what their perceived box of what is allowed and things, and like they'll travel around the country to kill you, but just so that you don't like destroy their delusion, so it hurts their feelings. So like I said, you can look here. A lot of just stories and articles here talking about Sasquatch, Bigfoot, lots of things going on. And from this Bob Gimlin video, they have the Gulf Island Rock, and this is the Gulf Island Rock actual sighting right here. It says Bigfoot Sasquatch sighting near Port Renfrew in Vancouver Island. As you can see, like this is just one of the many places where you can see that, like near British Columbia, like a lot of people have been can see stuff. Pacific Northwest, a lot of really weird stuff going on. If you look into like a lot of the Native American and like an indigenous people, Aboriginal tribes and stuff like that all over the world, and especially here. They have a lot of stories like this, which magically didn't make it into the history books because obviously wouldn't want you to wouldn't want to talk about that. You can talk about other stuff that's mythical, but that's weird. So we're gonna watch this video here, and we're gonna do a review and see what's going on because I think it's a really awesome video and it's very cool. So we're gonna take a look once this does this. And also, there's a second video, which is them explaining, because this is actually from 2013, if I remember correctly. So we're going to try to get the quality up here, because, they're trying to, I guess 360 is the best we got here. So, sorry, this video is messing up. So they're sitting in like a little dry creek bed. There's something big moving around. Zoom in. Can't really see. Sorry, page wasn't responding. I had to, redo it here. So I'm going to minimize this so you can the quality will bunch up a little bit more. So as you can see, it looks like, he's zooming in with like a regular little camcorder. It's 2013, so, it's not like the stuff they had today. It looks like a big, shaggy type of creature. Now, it looks pretty large, so, I wouldn't be out in, Vancouver Island playing around with a costume on, like, and then you actually meet a real, brown bear or something to get your head smacked off. So I don't really think that hoaxing this would be like a really good idea, especially see what happens when people go near wild animals, especially in the wild, not good. This looks like a really large, it's like a large shaggy creature. It's like it's like a shoulder. As you can see, it looks like a shoulder right there. You can zoom out. It's just pretty far away. You can see where unless it dips down, like that tree directly in front of him, like it looks like whatever it is either as tall as him or taller, and it looks pretty wide. It's not small, so here goes some pictures. Another look. As you can see, this plants and stuff are moving around it. You can see it through the plants, so it's not like a CGI or any funny style type of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't accuse them of doing that because, like I said, they're not into, you know, Bigfoot videos. They have like 2 of them, as far as I know. And this is one of them, so. Seems to be very quiet for how large it is, and guy himself, it seems really quiet also, which is really, really good. I'm going to take it back one more time to check out the beginning part of this. Let's make sure there's no higher quality here. All right, that's about as high as it goes, right? So let's check it out. Yeah, it looks pretty large, or whatever it is. Doesn't look like a brown bear because it's not brown. It looks a little bit too shaggy. Looks like a shag. I mean, obviously, if you got closer, the shags would be a little bit longer. From back here, we can't really tell, but it looks like that creature from Star Wars, that giant bear creature from the Hoth with the little horns, like the giant bear thing that like kills the Don. That's what that looks like, bro. I don't know. Like I said, I've looked at all the animals that live in that area, moose and, you know, brown bears and all things like that. There's nothing that I can think of that's that size that, you know, unless a polar bear came down and found its way over here and it's in the middle of this thick forest on Vancouver Island or something. But, you know, I also don't know too much about bears. I don't know how often they go into, you know, this thick of forest, I guess, and, you know, not able to smell a person near their stuff. You know, I haven't heard any roars. I hasn't heard any grunting or snarling. Like, they're actually close to large animals. It's not like in a movie where they actually do make a lot of loud noises, unless they're like a predator animal. Maybe, I don't know, because they're trying to be quiet. You know what I mean? Like a cougar or like a large cat or something. It's much different. But I mean, a bear, I mean, they're just fucking fast as hell, and they'll just run up on you, I guess. You know, I've seen a lot of bears here. That's why I've seen a lot of black bears when I'm leaving class. Seminole State here is actually pretty funny. So that's the actual footage itself. Now we're gonna do the actual person and the 2 individuals from the channel. Very nice people. This is gonna be them talking about the experience they had when they were talking about it, when it actually happened there.
Describing what we saw back in August 2013 on our drive back from Port Renfrew. So this is going to link in with Wendy's Bigfoot video, which we think could have possibly been a Bigfoot. We leave the decision to you guys.
I'm also going to break up the video every so often because, like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, just steal their whole video. I'm going to, you know, obviously give commentary, but, you know, he's giving his thoughts on it. Because, like I said, they weren't looking for it. They were just out there having a good time.
So back in August 2013, Wendy and I were driving back from Port Renfrew, our very first trip ever to Port Renfrew. And Wendy loves to hike. So, and there's a lot of creeks and streams, little rivers flowing beside the road where we were driving. And she says, you know, why don't we go for a little hike beside one of those streams? So we pulled down off the side of the road. We walked down the stream, and the stream was quite nice. It wasn't flowing very much because it was very dry, dry summer, of course, and very little water going through the stream, so you could actually walk across stream to the other side. And what we could see was probably a deer trail or an animal trail. And
also, like, when you're like walking around in a lot of these areas, you have to know, like, it's very good to know what type of animals live in the area because, again, you don't want to get like bit by something. I mean, like I said, it's just a casual search or read, or maybe, like I said, if you grew up in a lot of these areas, maybe you'd know. But again, I make this video because a lot of people are leaving. They're leaving the cities for more rural or suburban type of areas. A lot of people, it's if you can escape because there's a lot going on, right? within all the stuff that's changing and all the, self betterment and like self sufficiency, you're going to be out there and like living in a city for an extremely long time or never actually going out in nature to realize like how big it actually is, right? A lot of stuff hasn't necessarily been discovered, and if they did, they're not going to tell you about it. They might make a national park to wall some things off. It's not necessarily because they do care about the environment. National parks are awesome, but again, they might be hiding some stuff that's really amazing, and not necessarily it's only in national parks, but a lot of different areas. It's kind of wild out there. You get what I'm saying. In a lot of parts of the world, when Westerners go there, they're like, people joke like, haha, they're stupid Americans. They don't know how, you know what I mean? So I felt some of that. It's actually pretty funny. So
Wendy, being adventurous, she says, why don't we go in a little ways into the forest and go for a little hike? And I really was kind of reluctant, but anyway, I was following her, and she had her camera. I always bring my camera everywhere I go. Unfortunately, this time, it was either the camera chip that was full or my battery was dead. So I left my camera in the vehicle. And I really wish I would have had my camera with me and it was working at the time, because maybe I could have even shot a longer video of what we saw that day.
that's usually how it works, isn't it? I mean, most of my cell phones and cameras and stuff are full, and it happens. That's kind of usually how it goes sometimes.
So
That's the area, like I said, very, I guess, normally thick, normally not accessible because there's a stream usually there.
So we got into the forest about 200 feet. I'm guessing it was about 200 feet. And we could hear branches breaking ahead of us. So we're thinking, okay, maybe there's a deer or something up there, or it could be a bear, could be a mountain lion. And Wendy was ahead of me. And she turns around and she points. And I looked up into the distance, way in the distance. It was about 75 to 100 feet ahead of us. You could see something in the distance.
And you see when he said something, he did this. If you, like I said, if he said it was a bear, he'd be like, oh, there's something there. And it probably, like I said, I'm not trying to say like I have, wizard, powers. I can see what he's thinking. But like he said something, that's the first thing I noticed is it looked like this. Like it looked like it had like, the shoulder, like had like the big shoulder there. And it was kind of just lumbering back and forth. You know what I mean? Remember, they would never keep anything from you, right? But like I said, we discover new stuff all the time, or hey, you better keep. So like I said, really awesome video. He did that right there. That got me where he did something. I'm like, yeah, that's how I felt. Like I saw a shape that's not what you would normally see, or like I say, a bear could be standing up like this. I mean, yeah, maybe if they're trying to get something off a tree, or like in a fight with another bear, I'm sure they don't just walk around like a circus bear or something, like on a ball, like doing the little,
At first we thought it was a bear, but it seemed more bipedal. So it seemed more upright. It appeared to have kind of a conish type head. So you watch the video and you decide. I know there's a lot of skeptics out there. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you what we saw that day on our little hike in the bush near Port Renfrew. There was actually kind of a musty smell, wasn't there? Mm-hmm. It wasn't strong. I would say it was kind of subtle. I don't know if bears stink. I mean, somebody says, oh, it was a black bear. I don't think it was a black bear. I've seen black bears before.
No, it wasn't black.
It didn't. Seemed quite big.
And like I said, I've seen black bears leaving the Seminole State campus over here at night, like in Oviedo or whatever. And like I said, you see black bears live in Florida. You see them in a lot of different places, like Missouri or whatever. You see them. Like, what a black bear looks like. The fucking black bear. It's literally black, like actual jet black bear. That looked like, a shaggy carpet out of the old Mystery Machine or something like that. You know what I mean? But it was like a white shag. So like I said, it just seems really weird. I don't think these people are hoaxing at all. Like I said, I wouldn't be, if there's bears in that area, I wouldn't be wearing a shaggy carpet trying to run up on their territory. That's just, like I said, that's not like something that I would do. A lot of people, they might live in areas where they have wooded areas. There's no creatures that live out there. Hey, you know what I mean?
Big. And it appeared to have kind of a conish type head. So you watch the video and you decide. I know there's a lot of skeptics out there. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you what we saw that day on our little hike in the bush near Port Renfrew. There was actually kind of a musty smell, wasn't there? Mm-hmm. It wasn't strong. I would say it was kind of subtle. I don't know if bears stink. I mean, somebody says, oh, it was a black bear. I don't think it was a black bear. I've seen black bears before.
No, it wasn't black.
It didn't. It seemed quite big, and she's looking through the camera and zooming in on this thing. I'm seeing it from a distance, but it appeared to be quite big, and it seemed to have shoulders on it. That's what it looked like to me. So she titled it Bigfoot sighting near Port Renfrew, but underneath you can see possible Bigfoot sighting she's written. So this video is going to link into that one. Watch the video, Bigfoot sighting near Port Renfrew. Tell us what you think. I'm just telling you what we saw that day. And we were lucky enough we could actually get across the stream because it was, barely flowing. And this is what she captured on video that day. Thank God Wendy had her camera. The reason she's put the video on just now, and she didn't put it on back in 2013, is because Wendy did not have a YouTube channel back then. I had a YouTube channel, and this is her video. This is her old camera she shot it with, and maybe with her.
And like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on in the modern world. A lot of, I guess you would say funny, like, responsibilities. Like I said, it's not natural to have to go to like an office building and, the job and all that stuff. But this is more of a conversation about like nature, the world around you. Like, oh, the world's going by like this and that. Like, but nature's always just there. It's there. You can go there. The time clocks and all that stuff doesn't really operate that way out there. The time of day and the season, that's actually how it works. Not like, oh, it's this, whatever. Like I said, animals are just going around doing their thing. But then again, like I said, you're smelling like what a city smells like. You're smelling like all the types of things that are not natural. So whenever you come out to, a forest or something, all the animals, they see you coming from like a million miles away. Because remember, they're not thinking about clocks, phones, my aunt, this and that. Like, they are living like the actual like lifestyle of, sensories have to be on. Otherwise, you're going to get eaten or, middle of the night, something like run up in your nest and get your little, baby animals, which is the whole reason why you're even alive. And then, now you're mad because, you weren't paying attention or you were asleep. So like I said, animals are, they're always on it. Like I said, they don't have an off switch. Like I said, I got like a bird feeder outside. I can see it from here. And there's a door. And as soon as I even crack the door open, like all the birds just stop. They can't even see me, but they just stop moving because they already know. They barely hear it. I can barely hear it. Like, if there was a person standing here and I open it up, you wouldn't really hear it. But the birds, they're birds, So like I said, they normally wouldn't be able to get that far because the stream was there. You know what I'm saying? But they got through, because the stream was walkable. They got up. Maybe they were downwind. You don't know. But like I said, it's very interesting. I obviously don't think it was a brown bear, or a black bear, or anything like that. I personally think it's some like a Bigfoot or a weird type of thing because hey, look, it's been proven that stuff's been hidden, and like I said, little court cases come out here and there. Oh. And this is one of those things, right? They would never lie. They would never cheat or steal or do any of that stuff. Only, the nicest, kindest of people. So like I said, more people are going to be going out to areas like this. Like I said, not every area's got some crazy stuff, but like a lot of areas are well known for being weird. Even here in Florida, a lot of people are, like I said, a lot of people, they come here from other states or from places like LA and they're like, oh, I'm going to go out in the Everglades and just wade in the water. That actually is a real story one time, I'll tell you that. And this guy almost beat my fucking alligators. It was embarrassing. People were laughing at him. Like, he's like, I'm from LA, dude. I'm like, no one cares, dude.
Their new camera, she would even have a better zoom lens with this Canon. So during the process of moving into our place here on the north end, her chip got misplaced during the move. So she lost this camera chip, which this video was on. So it's lost for several years. She just relocated. She just located the video.
Just
located the video. Thank God, the camera chip with the video on it. And she's looking through. She says, "Oh, Joe, look at this. This is that Bigfoot video we shot back there." So she put it on her YouTube channel. It seems to be getting a lot of views. Most of the time, I see thumbs up. There's going to be some thumbs down because there are skeptics out there. But please leave your comment and tell us what you think of this video. We're not 100% sure of what we saw that day. Maybe it was a bear walking on its hind legs, but to me, it didn't seem like a bear, and and to her as well. And it disappeared. It just that's why she stopped videotaping. And once it got out of sight, we got out of sight. We left fast, and we were quiet. We were very quiet. It didn't hear us, thank God, whatever it was.
Because we didn't know what it was.
We didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I thought, oh my God, it's
so
gonna
you
come
decide
at us.
on the video.
Yeah, just like I was saying, a lot of people, and you would think it's weird because, like I said, you found this video, you're watching this video right now, and you're like, oh, what? But remember, you would think it's weird. Oh, that's weird. Why would they go up to an animal? Why would they do? watch videos of people going through national parks in America. You cannot go up to the buffalo. You can't touch them. Don't go. And people fucking do it every day. And I don't mean to curse. I'm sorry, but like people do it every day. They just have to go up to wild. Like I said, it's, you know, you see a wild animal, like, oh wow, so cool. The wild animal sees you and he's like, is this a threat? Is this a violence? Because like I said, if you see a wild animal and they don't immediately run away, that means that they probably think they can take you, or they're not worried, or maybe I don't know, they might come. You know, who knows? Who knows? But like I said, I've had some wild animal encounters, and they are not. They're, yeah, some of them are scary. So don't. If you're not used to going around wild animals or living in like Florida or Pacific Northwest or just, you know, wherever, you know, whatever state or country, just being out in the wilderness, a wilderness person, take a couple of lessons off the internet, humble yourself, and don't do it until you are with a friend and are safe, because wild animals are not a joke.
And like I say, leave your comments. And I find the comments interesting, whether they're the skeptics out there dissing it or the people that are giving it thumbs up. All right? So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And I want to let you know that I do believe in Bigfoot. Wendy believes in Bigfoot. And there's been a lot of sightings on Vancouver Island. It is a hot spot on the Big Island, especially on the Pacific Rim, on the West Coast and these areas, and even in the Cowichan Valley and stuff like that. So you watch and subscribe and enjoy Wendy's videos. She's always uploading interesting stuff in here, mostly pertaining to gardening. But luckily that day she happened to capture whatever she did on video. And maybe you can tell us what it is. You
And
Bigfoot experts out there.
We're
not Bigfoot experts. We're not Bigfoot experts, okay? So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to Gulf Island Rock and watch the video. She'll put a link to the video that she shot that day back in 2013, 7 years ago. We were just going up.
So that's the end of the video. It chopped off right there as he was talking. But like I said, I'll put a link to Gulf Island Rock here. I'll also try to find the gentleman's channel. But like I said, I will put a link to all these in the description when I'm done uploading and editing this video. This is it, Gulf Island Rock. Once again, very nice channel. Take a look into, you know, Vancouver Island PNW sightings all through America, Canada, even other places. Like I said, just check it out and see what people think. Like I said, there's a lot of weird videos out there that are hoax, or they'll just bait you with a bunch of stuff. But I figured I would do this one because it's really cool. And also, like I said, check out Bob Gimlin. I like his video. He does a lot of stories. You know, some of them, a couple of them he made. He has, his buddy draw the thumbnails here. This one right here, the Shipton, is a guy who's like a, Mount Everest, and like he climbs all the tall peaks in the world back in like the 30s and 40s. And this is an actual picture of a Bigfoot, or a, strange foot that was in the snow in the mountains way up, like in the Himalayas. Like, okay, no one's walking around barefoot hoaxing, oh yeah, this guy, he would, be dealing with like crazy stuff back in the day before the internet way, and just literally would be hoaxing and playing around. I'm sure there's people who have, done it through time, but this is a pretty reputable individual, this guy. So check that video out. There's another one here, like I said, Georgia, all through like all parts of, America, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. So definitely check it out. Yeah, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I would love to hear the comments, what you think, because like I said, I personally think there's something weird going on out there. There's a lot of weird stuff, a lot of good stuff on Bob Gimel, a lot of other YouTubers, a couple other ones that I like. I'll put them down in the link in the description. And I'll definitely see you next time.